Hey guys, it's GameFace here and welcome back to episode 5 of my Valencia career. Now today we are going to be playing some more games and hopefully trying to get further up the league table. We're currently second at the moment, which is pretty good. And yeah, we are doing very well at the moment, considering I'm still working out what my best team is. If we go hit 30 likes on this video, that'd be really appreciated. Also, if you are new to the channel, could you go subscribe as well if you haven't already? That'd also be fantastic, and I really appreciate the support from you doing that. So let's go on with things. Hopefully we can get ourselves some more points in this episode. Another 3 points from this game would be really good. And it's a game against Granada. It's a team that we should be beating. I think they're usually lower down La Liga, so yeah, they are currently in the relegation zone after 5 games. So it's a game that we should definitely be winning. We'll take a quick look at the calendar, and as you can see, we have a game coming up pretty quickly against Celta Vigo. That's just in 3 days' time. So I'm going to sim the Granada game. Then I'll play the Celta Vigo match, and I'll also play the Athletic Bilbao game, and then we'll probably leave it there for that episode, but we'll have to wait and see, obviously, how things get going, and yeah, we will, first of all, start by simming Granada. I'll change around the team, and I'll be back once I've done that. And this is the team I've gone with. I've started off with Ryan in goal. I've put him as substitute left back and right back, and then I've gone with, as you can see, those 2 centre-backs there, Abenenyo and Santos, who I don't think usually play together. We've obviously usually got Laporte in there. He will wait until the next game to be starting. Luis Gustavo starts in midfield alongside Gomez. Kirishev on the left-hand side, Figuli on the right-hand side, with Parejo at centre-attack and mid, and Alcesa just in front of him. That's the bench I've gone with. Hopefully it's going to be good enough to beat the team I'm coming up against next, and I think we'll just sim it against Granada. I don't really think we'll have too much of a problem against them. Let's wait and see how he gets on. 9 PM kickoff. That's an interesting time to kick off. And as you can see from the last 3 games there on the right hand side, it showed that they'd lost them. And they're on the way to losing this one, and then they go and score. So it's now 1-1. Alcesa scores the first goal, followed by one of their players. Kirishev's put us back into the lead, though, 2-1 now. Malo gets injured 37 minutes in. And we have got one player down. He has come off now. They've equalised 62 minutes in. 15 minutes left. It could be a high-scoring game. This one, we need a win from this. Surely. Yes, Parejo's rescued it for us with 3 minutes left from the penalty spot. 3 different goal scorers get us the 3 points. Decent result. Should have been much easier than that, but it wasn't. And to make it worse, Hugo Malo is out for 6 weeks with a broken rib. Great. We've also got the centre-back there saying thank you for playing him. And let's quickly do some player development, see who is about to develop. Let's see. I don't think I'll develop these 3 players that are at the start here. I'll quickly change them around and I'll be back once I've done that. And these are the 5 players that I've gone for. Hopefully just mixing it up a little bit this week. Hopefully again getting them up in attributes or overall, something like that. And not too much movement actually, barely any movement in fact from most of those players, which is a little bit disappointing, but I'm sure they'll get there pretty soon. Now to the Celta Vigo game. This is the match that we are going to be playing, and hopefully getting ourselves a good result in. We are currently away in this match, and we're also top of the league by 2 points. Real Madrid and Barcelona sitting in 3rd and 4th place, and we've got Real Madrid 3 points behind, and Barcelona 7 points behind. Already a huge gap between us. We've also not played many of the big teams yet, but I'm sure that will come, and that will probably be where Barcelona and Real Madrid trying to pick up points. Let's move on to changing the team first, though. And this is the team that I've gone with. This is probably my preferred lineup right now. It's actually pretty much my starting 11. There's nobody that I'd really change other than Bakali, and I'll probably bring on Figuli. But other than that, I think everyone else is my starting 11, really. I've gone with this sort of bench. Again, it's quite a strong bench there, to be honest. We've got a lot of different options if things aren't going so well. But hopefully we can get ourselves a good result against Celta Vigo. We will go ahead and play it. It's on world-class difficulty for those of you that don't know. And yeah, let's see whether we can get ourselves another 3 points. They've gone with a 4-3-3 formation. Hopefully we can counteract that with the formation that we've gone with, which has got more in the midfield. But we'll have to wait and see. This should be an interesting game. Yet again, it'll tell me a lot about my team and hopefully who I should be playing and shouldn't be playing, which is kind of what I'm doing really for the first maybe 10 games, to be honest. I've got to get used to this sort of team and what players I have, which will take a little bit of time. But so far it's going well. We've managed to get results even with slightly different teams. Rodrigo out here wide so far. And it's going into the box. Gustavo's gone in there and it will be out for a goal kick. Kirishev going to try and find Rodrigo. This is the first real chance we've had, but again I don't think he's quite going to get there. Keeper beats him to it. It's been an interesting start to the game. Not too much has happened, it's been mainly possession. Verratti's going to hit one here, which saw I think in the previous episode I think it was, though we do have a couple of players that can hit them from a long range. That time though, it has just gone wide, and it is still 0-0. Bakali going to try and put a ball into the box. Kirishev's at the back post. Not a great touch from Kirishev. Back onto his right foot. And a decent save from the goalkeeper. Probably should have just finessed that one into the corner, to be honest, rather than blasting it. He does have the corner here. And Kirishev again has that one punched away. Back into the box to Verratti, who doesn't really have too much of a height presence. But I think he got his head onto that one. And the keeper collects it very easily, though. Rodrigo going to finesse one. Oof, that was actually very close. Sergio saving it well, though. They do seem to have a very good keeper in goal. I've noticed that so far. He does seem very good in goal. Just seems to do everything right, to be honest, so far. But we're not too far away from half-time now. And, yeah, let's see whether we can end the first half on a high by trying to get a goal. Not long left now. We've got Parejo on the counter-attack. Trying to lead this one and find Rodrigo with the through ball. He has done. Gonna maybe try and come inside onto his right foot, gets blocked, and will go out for a corner. Probably the last chance of the game, and the ref will probably blow his whistle here. Parejo will take the corner into the box. Not a great corner yet again, but it troubles the keeper. Back out, Parejo will put it back in, and Gustavo went for the diving header, didn't quite get there. And I imagine that is it. It is for the first half anyway. 0-0. An interesting first half, but I don't think we've created too many clear-cut opportunities to score from. For now, though, we will be keeping the team the same. I might make 1 or 2 changes after 15 minutes if we haven't picked it up a little bit, but I will keep it the same for now. Bakali finally on the ball for us. He's not done too much, but he's got a lot of running here, and he's going to try and put a ball into the box. There's a good ball in to Verratti. Again, connecting with that one well, but down into the ground, sadly. Decent amount of power if it was only in the right direction. And again, another decent chance for us. We have seemed to be a little bit better in the second half so far. It's difficult to tell, but we just need a goal. We need a goal to try and make sure we're a little bit more settled and force them to attack a bit more. This might actually be the chance here with Rodrigo. Playing it through to Verratti. Can he finish on his left foot? Off the post. And nobody there to finish it off. Very close. That's our best chance so far. Was always looking a little bit more unlikely on his left foot there with Verratti. But again, we are just bombarding them now, attack after attack. Cancelo trying to get a ball in, but it just get blocked in the end. Rodrigo playing out to Kirishev. Now going to try and get his way through. Rodrigo's in there, he's left-footed Rodrigo, and it's an easy save in the end. Really poor shot from Rodrigo, but we are starting to really pile on the pressure. They can't get out their own half. That wasn't supposed to go to Kirishev. Okay, it is time to make some changes now. We are going to take off Parejo, who we haven't seen much of. We're going to bring on Gomez. And I think we're also going to bring on Faguli as well, take off Bakali, who's had a good start to the second half, but he hasn't been great throughout the game, so we'll give him a rest for now. He's also obviously getting a little bit tired as well, and we might well bring on a striker a little bit later on, but for now we'll keep it the same, and we'll just see whether those changes make any difference. Oh, well played Faguli, trying to play through Verratti, and that's not really the pass I was after, to be honest. I was after the ball through to Rodrigo, but it played it through to Verratti, and that left us in a pretty poor position. And again, another chance that we need to start taking. We've been taking them quite well, actually. We've been getting a little bit of luck as well in the last few games that I've been playing. This game hasn't been the same, though. We've not really shown what we can do going forward for long periods of the game. That's another interesting ball in from one of their wingers. It's time to take Verratti off. He's starting to get very tired now. He can't do too much on the ball. We're going to have to bring on a striker, I think. Alcesa is the player I'm going to bring on, just in behind the in behind Rodrigo, and hopefully that will make a difference. I was tempted by Negredo, bringing on a bit more height, but he's 6'1" only, so it's not like it's loads of height that I'll be bringing on. And oh, good chance here actually. Ooh, cleared eventually, but not well enough by Gustavo. And a good save from Keylor Navas. Fantastic stuff. That could have been really bad for us. And what a hell of a throw that is. I was looking before the game, and he does have the long throw trait, and that's unsurprising after seeing that, to be honest. What a hell of a throw that was, all the way to the halfway line. Keeper's off his line here. Rodrigo could have a shot, but gets deflected into the keeper's arms. Gomez trying to find Rodrigo to flick it on to Verratti, who's still on the pitch, and oof, decent save in the end. Lovely little bit of play, that one, though. A lot better from us. We just need to make sure we're putting enough pressure on the ball. I don't think we're going to see much of Alcesa because, well, we don't have any time to bring him on, but look, so we need to get the ball out if we can to get the other 2 substitutes on. I think I'm going to have to commit a foul here because I can't get the subs on, which is very frustrating. Can't even get the ball out. Can we do it here, maybe? There we go. Ball's out of play. I think it might be it is a foul. And it's going to have to be a booking. 3 minutes left for the substitutes to try and affect the game. It's ridiculous, really, that we've not been able to get them on. But that's just the way it is sometimes, sadly, and that's why I think I need to give myself a bit more time with the subs. Let's have a good kick here to Kirishev. That's a very good kick. Let's get going. Ultra attacking now. It's probably a little bit too late. Kirishev trying to hold it up and wait for support. Play it into space. Rodrigo's free into Faguli. This could be a good chance. Faguli on his left foot. Good save. Alcesa. Oh, my days. The substitute. He's been on for 3 minutes. And he does that. Oh, my days. Reminds me of Edin Dzeko. I think he did something similar about a week ago. And that was, wow. That was just as bad. I know he's on his weak foot. You've got to finish that off. It may well have cost us the 3 points, and that kind of demonstrates why he hasn't been starting for us. Unbelievable. When you have a chance like that, you've got to take it. I don't think we'll ever see a shot as bad as that in this career mode. What on earth was that from Alcesa? I mean, it's an awful strike over the bar. And yeah, drawn this game 0-0. It's not a loss, but obviously we've lost our win streak that we're on. You know, this was going to be the 6th game that we've won if we were to get the 3 points here, and we didn't. Again, possession-wise, we're looking quite good actually. For some reason, not usually the case on my career modes. We usually have about 40%. 47 isn't too bad. Shots on target and shots, we're obviously dominated that as usual. But yeah, we're a very disappointing result. We dropped 2 points as far as I'm concerned, but we are still unbeaten. So. Can't get too down about it. We are only 6 games in, and we're in a fantastic position at the moment, considering we're world class and against some very good teams. So we can't get too down about that. We are joint top, but second at the moment. Real Madrid 3 points behind, and Barcelona 5 points behind. So the gap's already closed, which I was on about before the game. So yeah, not great, but I think we'll have to just move on from that one and learn from the mistake of bringing on Alcesa off the bench. Probably that was Negredo as well. He's left-footed, I think, so he probably buried that one. And yeah, let's move on to the next game, I think. Now we've got Athletic Bilbao, I think it is. Again, good team, actually, this one. So yeah, it could be an interesting match. They are not actually in the top 7, which is a bit of a bizarre one for me. Maybe the 8th or something. No, wow, the 13th. I thought they were a bit of a better team than that. Obviously, they've lost Laporte, who we bought off them. But still, very good side. Let's change around the team and hopefully beat them. This is the team that I've gone with. It's pretty much the same side, just Faguli comes back into the team and we drop Bakali. He is now on the bench. And other than that, I think everything remains the same. So Laporte will play against his old club. And we have got an away match here. We're going to play it yet again. Get another match into this episode, which should be good for you guys. Hopefully have some goals in this game. Even though the last game was quite exciting, there was a good few little things happening in the second half. But let's try and get some goals in the back of the net for us in this game. Come on, world class, and again, let's wait and see how we get on with this one. Here we go. It's important that we do get ourselves a win here to keep up with the title race and make sure that Barcelona and Real Madrid can't close the gap on us. It's an important match, hopefully, again, one that we can win. Andre Gomez wins it back brilliantly here for us. Going to try and play it through to Verratti. This is a great chance. Verratti to finish it off. Oh, good save from the keeper. Beats it away. I thought I was just about to get it round him. Not quite. Gustavo going to try and play it through here to Rodrigo. It's a decent pass through. Doesn't have too many players around to help him, so he cuts back inside. And he is a left-footed player, Rodrigo, so that would have benefited him nicely. Sadly, it didn't come to anything, though. And again, we're going to have a chance to play it from the back. They seem to be very open, Bilbao, which is good for us, obviously. But Gustavo there having a shot, which didn't really trouble the keeper. Here we go. It's a great chance yet again. Cancelo this time looking to try and cut inside onto his right foot, but he hits it with his left. Not a great strike. I mean, I wanted it on his right, but didn't quite come off. And again, it's a similar sort of game to the previous match, actually, in that we are having most of the ball, we're putting them under a lot of pressure, and they're happy to just hit us on the counter-attack when it happens. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen, but also that we're taking some chances, otherwise it's just going to be the same result as the last game. They've taken control of the game here, Bilbao. Ball goes in, and not the greatest pass you'll ever see. Goes back out again in order to try and get it back into the box. They are through, but what a hell of a block that is. Oh my days. Well, I don't know what happened there. Oh my days. What an absolute mess that was. Watch this one back, and yeah, just a simple little turn, hits the bar, gets the follow-up header. Absolutely undeserved. They've had 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes of very good football, and they've just taken it, and they've got themselves a goal right before half-time. They're winning the game 1-0, completely undeserved, so frustrating when that happens. after we've dominated the whole 40 minutes other than that. Kirishev to try and redeem it, but yeah, he didn't really redeem himself there, or all the rest of the team. So it is still 1-0, and yeah, it looks like it's going to remain that way going into the second half as the referee blows his whistle. We're going to keep the team exactly the same, hopefully try and get ourselves a goal back. Really annoyed about that one. Ratty again, this time going to have a shot. Oh, it's gone in! How's that one go? Oh my days, I thought it was going to be an easy save. I was so close to saying, well, I've wasted that. Oh my god, how has that gone in? That looks like I've turned sliders on with that sort of shot. I mean, it's a decent strike, I've hit it well, but it's right at the keeper. I can't believe that. What an awful bit of keeping that is. Verratti, what a hell of a strike. Oh my days, keeper has got to save it. And it's 1-1 right back in this game now with just a little bit of luck there. Keeper is all over the place, and we're right back into this match. Hopefully now we can go on to win it. Okay, time to change it. I'm going to do it in the 75th minute. Probably should have again done it a little bit earlier, but I think I've got to do it now. And we are going to bring on Parejo, and we'll take off Verratti. We're going to move him back into midfield and also take off Gomez. We're also going to chuck on Negredo as well. I think we desperately need a bit more height up front. Take off Figuli, bring on Bacali, I think is what we're going to do. And we are going to go to 2 up front, but a flat 4-4-2. So with 2 holding midfielders. Sorry, not a flat 4-4-2, a holding 4-4-2, surprisingly enough. And yeah, let's go with this. Hopefully it's going to be enough to win us the game. 2 strikers now, and let's see whether it will work. No. Oh my days, they've just hit the bar 2 times in a row. How lucky have we got there? Negredo on the counter-attack towards Rodrigo. We've got to forget about their 2 chances now. And we should really do more from that. That's really poor. You've got to do more in those sort of chances. Casillo trying to play through Negredo, who's a mile offside, I think. And yeah, they'll give it now, even though he didn't touch the ball. Pulling us apart here, and it's a good save from Navas. Out for a corner. Got ourselves a little bit of luck, actually. We've pushed forward maybe a little bit too much. We've got to hit them on the break. We're desperately going for the 3 points. We can't afford to drop another 2 points in this episode. Even though we are still unbeaten, I obviously want to win as many games as possible, so we're going to try and do that every single match. Rodrigo is really running out of energy now, isn't he? He gets taken off the ball too easily. It's not good enough, Rodrigo. Parejo is trying to play it through, and that's an awful pass. Really poor. We've been terrible for the last sort of 30 minutes of this game, and it finishes 1-1. Very lucky to come out with a draw there from that strike from Verratti. Could have easily been saved and should have easily been saved. And that would have meant we would have lost the game 1-0, but we haven't. We've drawn it and come away with a point. Still unbeaten in this series, so really happy about that. I think that will be it for this episode. We do remain in the title race, obviously, on the exact same amount of points as Real Sociedad, so they also drop points. Still 4 points in front of Real Madrid, and surprisingly, we're now 6 points in front of Barcelona. They dropped points. I think they must have lost their game then, if we're now 6 points in front. Brilliant news for us, though, because obviously we'll be playing Barcelona at some point, which will be a tough game. And we'll quickly do some player drills, then that will be it for now. And we will move on to the Leeds career mode tomorrow, which I'll be talking a little bit about what's happening with the Leeds career mode, I think, in tomorrow's episode. There, we have just seen Bacali go up to 77 overall. And I think that pretty much concludes this episode. Okay, no it does not. Brazil want me. You can't turn down Brazil, can you? I don't think. We're just going to have to accept that. That's come out of nowhere. We're only in October and we've already got Brazil after me. So we've got to accept that one. I'm now the Brazil manager as well. That's come as a little bit of a shock. Wasn't expecting that one. But yeah, we'll happily take that job as well. And we'll see how we get on as Valencia and Brazil manager. That is it for this episode, guys. Now, thank you very much for watching. If we could go hit 30 likes on this video, that'd be really appreciated. Also, if you are new around here and you've got to this stage of the video, then please go ahead and subscribe. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.